on anything and everything, regardless of whether or not it has anything to do with online lead gen or websites. Andrew's one of the best resources out there for anything that has to do with mortgage marketing. You can read his book reviews. They'll tell you the same thing. If you haven't read his book, you definitely need to give it a shot. Andrew, welcome. And thank you for joining us.
What's up, Katie? Glad to be here in the bunker.
In the bunker.
I was just telling you I'm a little scruffy, but I'm allowed to do that, right? We're all in quarantine, so
exactly.
the wheels are falling off. And
they really, yeah. At this point, as long as there's sound, then we're good.
Yeah, awesome. Camera's working. We got no tech issues. Amazing. We're off to a good start.
I'm like, I have to knock on wood now and like make sure that it doesn't pop up halfway through. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Andrew, I actually just saw a post yesterday that you had a great response on. So I kind of want to start there. In our Brokers Are Better group, somebody had asked you for advice on there's anything that you could be doing right now to help build your business moving forward. What would it be? And a lot of your response had to do with putting processes and systems in place that do a lot of the work for you. So can you give us a little bit of insight on what you would suggest and how you would roll those things out over the next couple of months where volume may be a little bit slower?
Yeah, so there's kind of like a there's an ecosystem of tools that we integrate with. There's services leadPops offers, there's tech we do, obviously, and then there's systems that we like our clients to plug into. These are good partners and solutions that we feel really good about. They help us do our jobs better. They help our clients get more out of the leads that we generate. You know, leads are nice, but leads are not all that exciting if you're not closing loans. So there's tools and systems out there that have just been awesome in helping us make sure that when we deliver leads to our clients, those leads are getting followed up with. Those leads are put into some sort of an incubation and retention system. You're getting the most out of your database. You're getting referrals. You're getting repeat business. All that kind of stuff matters a lot. It's not just about that one time, but the lifetime value of a customer. You know, if you make $4,000 on a deal, let's get that client again and again if possible and have systems in place so it's not like a one-time thing, which we see a lot of in the mortgage world. And when you look at a company like Quicken Loans, like they're willing to go in the red on that first deal because they look at all the future benefits and how much they get out of that, getting that client that first time around. So we want to create a system that can like mimic and recreate some of that for our clients. And we see a lot of times brokers are kind of having to hodgepodge and figure some of that stuff out. And I think with you, especially at Brokers Are Better, you've done such a great job of plugging all of us in together and into each other. And, you know, I see us as kind of the glue in a way that bolts these things to each other. You know, we've got this website that's a consumer facing lead generation website that brings in clients, right? If you're marketing it, if you're promoting it, if you're putting that out there, if you're doing the radio ads like Lisa Lund, if you're doing the billboards like the Mahonies, if you're doing online marketing, you know, that's going to produce leads for you. Then what can we do to plug other systems in place? You know, Verse for the lead follow-up. You've got to have that, right? Otherwise, how many times I've heard clients that have told me, you know, we've looked at it, we generated 200 leads for them in 1 month. Like,
Yep.
I only called like 12 of them. I've been just so busy.
I can't get to it. Right.
You know, so I'm like 188 people. You didn't even call them.
Yep.
I'm just so busy. And it's just like, oh man. So having that system in place, having them follow up with your leads repeatedly for 6 months over and over again until they convert or we mark them as unqualified. That's amazing. Sam Parker, credit repair guy extraordinaire, right? That'll make sure that we get people's credit score to where it needs to be so that when we get a lead, maybe that is at a spot where right now where stuff is tightening up.
Yep.
You know, we don't want to just discard that or throw it out or say, oh, that lead's no good. Hey, it might be pretty damn good in 3 months. And especially if you don't really have to deal with it and you have a system to automate getting that person where they need to be. And then magically 3 months from now, they reappear in your pipeline and they're dedicated to you and they're not trying to shop around because you helped them out. And there's a commitment there that wouldn't have been there had you not helped them.
Yep.
Like, you know, so this thing starts to happen where after 6 months, 12 months of doing this repeatedly, being consistent, marketing, promoting, putting your domain name out there, doing the Facebook ads, the retargeting stuff we're now offering at leadPops that's going to follow people around the internet as they go to different websites. The leads coming back to you through a system like Sam Parker now every month, maybe you get 1 or 2 deals that are kind of layups that are just coming back to you, where it's like, oh, wow, Rita, she did it. She fixed her. I didn't think she would. That's pretty cool. That stuff starts to happen. And then, Verse, all of a sudden, Evan Wade, and I saw him in Costa Rica. He keeps showing me his phone dinging because he's like, oh, got it. He's in freaking Costa Rica. And Verse is following up with his leads for him.
Yep.
And it's just, oh, there's another one. He's like showing me his phone with he's like grinning, and we're like laughing together. It's just funny. Yep. It's just like, that's on autopilot. All that's happening for you. Another great system you guys have plugged in, LionDesk, super affordable, really robust CRM. I mean, that thing does everything. Like the videos and the texting and the drips and the pre-made campaigns. So we plug into all of that stuff. And then you got something that's, to me, up and coming that I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Brian View over at FinLocker, which is this customer for life app where you live basically on their phone. And it does a lot of cool things that encourage clients to really put a lot of information into this portal, which allows really smart messaging to happen dynamically and for you to see all that data. So leadPops looks at that, and we're like, hey, how cool would it be where if someone goes through the lead funnel, on the thank you page, you put a video, lets your client know that, hey, we're going to be following up with you. Look out for a text from my assistant, Alex. That's Verse, actually, your assistant, Alex, who's going to text them. Then in your video, you say, hey, in the meantime, I'd love to offer you a free gift. It's a financial locker interface that allows you to do all these cool things. And I'm just kind of winging it right now, so that wouldn't be the script, but you present it in a really cool way, and you talk a little bit about it, and you offer them a free download on your thank you page, where now they can download your FinLocker branded with your information, right? Lead drops into LionDesk. You from there, drop that into HomeBot, another really great one. So I'm going off on a tangent, but I mean, I've got a list of all these cool things that you guys have really put together as a real ecosystem for your brokers, and all these things talk to each other. And it's like it's become a full blown, I think, package. It's like it's a thing. It's not just like hodgepodging and picking and figuring out, like, we put these things together. We either have direct native integrations with them, or we work with Zapier, which connects us. And then it's just a matter of filling up the pipeline, and leadPops can help you with that stuff too. We do the managed marketing services. We're rolling out more and more of these things pretty consistently here. We're doing a mortgage momentum kit, which I'm pretty excited about. We've kind of coined that as the new debt consolidation lead funnel we're rolling out, and that's actually in many admin panels already. As of me talking about it right now, we've already rolled it out with some beta testing. It should be available to every leadPops client this week in your admin panel. Awesome. So you can start to market that. So yeah, I mean, there's just a bunch of stuff that, I think really puts brokers in a good spot.
For sure. And I think the key, the similar thread through all of that is finding systems and putting tools in place that are going to do a lot of the work for you, so you just don't have to think about it. When I hear people talking about, I'm so busy, I have so many leads, I can't even follow up on my past client database, I don't want any of the new ones. You truly think about how much time you're spending doing pieces of the process that you don't really need to be touching yourself every single time. You can put similar messaging in place. You can automate the campaigns. You can connect these different services, or to your point, we've connected a lot of the services already, and working with all of these partners that already talk to each other. All you have to do is raise your hand and ask for your two accounts to be connected, and it's going to start working because we've worked with you guys to build a lot of this stuff. It takes out so much of the friction, both on the front end before you qualify a consumer and you know that now's the time to work with them, and on the back end to help make sure that you're staying in front of your customer and staying top of mind, not to use that term too frequently, but that's what it is, right? That you're keeping in front of who those customers are, and all of the services that you just talked about do all of those things without you having to hire anybody else. So now you've got the opportunity to bring people in-house that can focus on the human touch aspect of the process and not be so concerned about all of the individual follow-up for every single person who came in a lead funnel, or every single person who clicked on the HomeBot newsletter, or let some of these other processes do that work for you. And that's a lot of what you guys focus on building, right? I know you have outside of the debt consolidation funnel, which is very cool. And if you haven't seen it, we're going to be putting some new content out there very soon that shows all the new stuff that leadPops has. But in addition to that, you guys have some integrations that you've worked on recently that allow even more of this to live on your website up front, like the Realtor or the HomeBot landing page that you have. You've got some new Realtor websites that you worked on. So can you tell us a little bit about those initiatives and what you guys have rolling out there?
Yeah. So the HomeBot landing page you mentioned, that was it's quite a build out. We worked on for a couple months there to make that possible. It's literally something we can plug into any leadPops website. It acts as a lead generation tool. It's not so much for, getting your existing clients into HomeBot. That's already there. But as far as bringing new people in on the front end, home values, offering hey, what's your home worth? Here's some of the reasons you might want to be interested in some of that information. So it does a really good job of laying out why someone wants to put in their home address and receive that report. Yep. So that is a landing page that you can plug right into any leadPops website. Makes it really easy. We've got something very similar. Actually, we've created for FinLocker specifically. It's a FinLocker landing page that anyone that's using FinLocker, if you're not, talk to Brian's team. You should check it out. It's definitely one of those.
Yep.
Keep your eye on it or try it out. It's something that's I think going to be big.
I think so.
Yeah. So plugging that into different areas, again, right in the navigation menu of your website, plugging that into like the thank you pages. I always think that's a great idea. If you can provide something of value on the thank you page of a lead funnel, someone just went through the process of answering 20 questions. And instead of just saying, hey, sit tight, someone will call you. Can we offer them something to say, hey, in the meantime, here's something really cool. We're offering this as a free gift. Download it. It does all these cool things. So just kind of presenting those things in a way that, makes it easy for people to stumble across them. You put them in front of those people in a way that is, effective. And adding these kinds of things to like the drips and a link in a text message that goes out from your Lion desk, or in the email that it shoots out as the autoresponder when a lead comes through. Dropping leads into HomeBot from your lead funnels directly through our Zapier connection. These things are all happening. A credit repair lead funnel is something we already have available. Any leadPops client that is seeing more and more of these kinds of inquiries coming through, and we can set up the lead notification to send those leads to both you and directly to Sam and his team. So as soon as a credit repair lead comes in, that goes directly to your credit repair partner. And you can just tell clients, hey, go to my site. Right on the site, there's a message that says, hey, need help fixing your credit? Click here. That takes them to a lead funnel. That then drops that lead directly into your database, also sends it directly to Sam.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, so all these things are same kind of idea with the debt consolidation lead funnel. All of our funnels have what we call a sticky bar. It's, without doing a screen share, just a quick high-level explanation. It's an interactive banner that you can plug into pretty much any website that allows you to access like a back end where you can add something like a Google Analytics or a chat widget. Any site that allows for that level of customization, which is most sites, will allow you to put a sticky bar on there. All leadPops websites, of course, allow for this kind of thing, and most other sites out there, and in fact, a lot of real estate agent websites, this has been like the heavy use case of the sticky bar. Is our mortgage clients will put a sticky bar to get pre-approved on their real estate agents' websites.
Which is one of my favorite things that you guys do. It's so cool. And if you're not taking advantage of it, you need to be now.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's one of the better strategies
exactly
to go after and build value for your realtors. Show them something that's not just a shiny object. It's very easy to present to them that this is how Realtor.com's doing it. This is what Zillow does. This is how they create those long form leads. We could plug this right into your existing Commissions Inc., your Boomtown, your Real Geeks, your Ylopo, all these sites, the best ones out there that are getting a good amount of traffic, that are pretty heavily marketed usually, are the sites that this is compatible with. You put a sticky bar on there, you drive their traffic to your lead funnel, and both of you get the lead notification as soon as that comes through. So you're using a realtor's website, which is usually getting a lot more traffic than a mortgage site. You look at the search volume for real estate versus mortgage. It's not even close. The amount of people that are looking for homes and homes for sale versus real estate. So, you're just using that agent's website to drive traffic to your own lead funnel. So that same concept works with like the credit repair lead funnel. It works with a debt consolidation lead funnel. So if you want to draw more attention to any given lead funnel, you can put that sticky bar right across the top of your site, or you can pin it to the bottom if you don't want it to be, as prominent. But the idea is it's got a message. The message is fully customizable. You can say, hey, are you struggling to pay your bills? See if a debt consolidation is right for you. Click to see if you're eligible. Click, pulls them right to a debt consolidation lead funnel, or whatever lead funnel you want to highlight or focus on. So you can put that on your leadpop site. If you're looking at, hey, I want to add the debt consolidation lead funnel, I really want to promote that. That's a really easy way to add that, to make it prominent. And we're also going to be rolling out some new Facebook ads to go with that ad type. So, we do a lot of first-time home buyers. We're doing refinance ads, things like that. But debt consolidation is something we're working through right now. Should have that available in the next couple of weeks as an ad type where we can run traffic for that specific offering. We're also looking at some things for possibly a loan modification if that becomes something in the future, or the HARP stuff. We've already got a lead funnel for HARP. Not sure what kind of role that might be playing in the future, but we've already got something ready. So we're kind of keeping an eye on things, and as they, as they kind of progress, trying to proactively come up with solutions for you guys to make sure that, you have something to offer to your clients if certain loan types and opportunities dry up, new opportunities arise, and, let's leverage those while we can.
Absolutely. And one of the things that you guys have been working on over the last, I think the whole time we've had a partnership, so maybe even beyond that, but for sure the last 6 to 8 months, was upgrading everything that sits behind leadPops. And can you just tell us a little bit about what that means for everybody who's using your service now? Because I think a lot of people hear, okay, it's been upgraded, but how is that going to allow you guys to better serve the customers that you have and anybody new who decides to use leadPops in the future?
Yeah, so a few cool things. So we're working on this stuff nonstop. We got literally a couple dozen developers on our team now. We've got 40, getting, I think, 45 employees now with our couple new hires we've made. We're all the time working on new features, new products. We just released a new build of our leadPops platform. Unfortunately, it's one of those things that it doesn't get a lot of love, because it was rebuilding everything we had so that we can build on top of it. So now that we're in this new environment, we're able to roll out a lot of new stuff. Something that a lot of clients have been asking for and wanting to do is a funnel builder. Can I create, or can I customize the questions, or can I set it up so that maybe dynamically, if they tell me they've got poor credit, I immediately present a message that says, hey, sorry, talk to Sam Parker. And the lead doesn't even maybe go through directly to me immediately. I present an offer or a message that's specific to that person. Being able to customize these kinds of things on the fly, where a client tells us, hey, I want to add this specific set of questions because these are really important to me. Or, hey, I want to create a lead funnel. I love the way you guys do that question and answer process. It works really, really well. What if I want to make one to target commercial loans? Or what if I want to make one to target real estate agents, where I'm asking questions? How many listings do you have? What kind of marketing are you doing? What's your website? I'm asking, kind of qualifying an agent the way I would qualify a consumer. Like, is this realtor any good when I'm promoting about this new marketing alliance that I'm creating for some of the top agents in my area? So being able to customize on the fly dynamically, create pixels based on how people are answering the questions, just a more thorough level of customization opportunities that right now they're not there. Like, you can't really do much with a lead funnel in terms of customizing the questions and the answers. They're static. They work really well. We built this stuff out based on what we learned working with Bankrate and Zillow. So that is, you get to plug into that. But at the same time, there are some limitations in, like, hey, what if I wanted to turn this off, turn this on, A/B test 2 different versions in real time, where, hey, this one I cut out half the questions, and this one I've got the standard version. And I want to, in real time, split the traffic and see which one's producing leads at a higher rate for me, and be able to actually run that kind of test right out of the funnel's admin. So all these things are coming as marketers and as heavy users of our own product. Because, I mean, we do this for leadPops and we do it for our clients running marketing services. We're also very, like, in the trenches, and we are very aware, not only from feedback from clients, but also, like, ourselves as marketers, like, hey, be really, really cool if you could do that, or turn this on, or add this extra thing. So all of that information that over the last several years we've gleaned and gotten feedback on, we're rolling out, and it's going to start happening a lot quicker now that we've released this new system. So first thing that's happening the next couple of weeks, probably by the end of this month, The leadPops admin panel will allow you to edit the names and the tags and kind of the organization of the lead funnels a little bit better than what you have right now, which will also allow you to, I would say by summer, maybe earlier, have the funnel builder available, which means you can get in there and it's a drag and drop interface where you can customize, create new funnels, spin these things up very quickly, no coding required. It's literally you get in there, and if a client said, hey, new loan type or specific maybe non-QM pops back up, or some other version of that starts coming back up, and they're like, hey, I want to create something specific for this niche that I do, you could spin one up in 5-10 minutes, no coding required, and a much deeper level of integration abilities in the back end panel where you can literally pick and choose which integration partners you want to work with. And you can power up your thank you page by selecting Sam Parker right out of a drop down in the admin, or FinLocker, or HomeBot. All this kind of stuff is coming. We got it all mapped out where it's like we got a crazy set of Trello boards and whiteboards and all this stuff that we're creating. And then you know about the real estate product too. So just to throw that out there.
Yes, I want to get to the real estate product in just a minute, but for those of you that are listening that are maybe not as technical or haven't ever worked on the dev side before, because I understand a lot of this can be a little bit overwhelming. The key here is that what Andrew's team has spent all this time redoing, though it's not as sexy and you can't see the immediate reward right away, it just means that everything that he's talking about is going to come out that much faster, which is awesome. It's like upgrading your car, upgrading a computer, like moving to something that's brand new or built to be able to handle the direction that things are going in the future. And just knowing the velocity that we've started to see, Andrew, from all the stuff that you guys are working on, real estate product included, it's just coming so much faster because you've reworked everything that sits underneath the surface. So for those of you that are watching that maybe aren't as familiar, you're not going to see all of this work that Andrew's team just did, but you're going to be able to tell as you start to see all these new products rolling out so quickly, one after the other. So now is the perfect time to get set up with leadPops, because as a customer, you'll have access to all of this when it's ready to go live. You don't want to wait until he's launched a product that you're looking for or that you need to get set up and get your website in place. Do it now when you have the time, so that as these new products roll out and all these new upgrades come over the next couple of months, you're ready to go. To Andrew's point, you just select it from a drop down, click, and get started. There's no delay and no waiting, so you can handle whatever the direction the market goes and turns and twists and all of this coming out of our current environment throughout the summer, which we all hope is going to wind up being one of the busiest that we've seen in a really long time. So on the real estate side, what have you guys done? I've gotten a sneak peek at it and I love it. It is awesome, but tell everybody else about what's going to be available and when people can start using it.
Yeah, so we've developed like a true hybrid real estate mortgage broker website solution. So it's not a real estate website with a little button that says finance on it, and then you have this janky little page where it's got like your picture really small in the corner and like a link to whatever, a 1003 or something like that. We've built out a site that's got all the real estate home search IDX functionality. It looks fantastic. All the feedback we've gotten on it is it looks really good. I'd say I haven't seen many real estate sites that look better. It's important, obviously, for agents. They care a lot about that kind of stuff, and it just matters. You got to look good. People looking for homes come to a site. If it looks fantastic, they want to stay on there and keep doing it and keep searching and add it to their favorites and use it on their phone and all that good stuff. But then it's got a full-blown mortgage website built into it, and it's got mortgage lead funnels built into pretty much every page of the website. Every real estate listing is pulling people back into pre-approval funnels, get today's rates funnels. There's a full-blown digital mortgage center that is like our mortgage website built into the real estate site. So you're not just shoved in some little corner of the site. You are on there front and center as much as you can be without the realtor being like, hey, that's kind of weird. Like it's done in a way that makes sense for everybody. And then obviously all the feedback we've gotten, especially from the sticky bar living on thousands of agent websites. Like a lot of this stuff that we've been creating for agents is born of us getting directly into the back end of agent sites to add sticky bars, us working with and talking to realtors all the time about some of the challenges they have, stuff they don't like, and us seeing just the results we're getting by adding that mortgage sticky bar to these agent sites, and how happy these agents have been with the lead quality that they're getting from that versus what they get out of this forced MLS registration functionality that lives on a lot of these agent websites, where a consumer goes to search a home, you click on like 1 or 2 properties, and before you know it, the site like locks you out, and it says, give me your name, email, phone number, or give us, you know, your email address and create a password, make that password your phone number. I wonder why. And then you're like forced to sign up. And it's like the new way of, you know, agents used to have that 1-800 call recording phone number they would put on their listing signs, like, call this phone number for the free recording. And consumers, not knowing, would call that phone number to listen to a recording that talked about that home, and the agent would capture their phone number.
Right.
And then the consumer would get a call from that agent, and it's an ugly, messy phone call. And the good salespeople could talk their way through it. A lot of the agents would just totally fumble that call. It's a mess. Like, who are you? Why are you calling me?
Yeah.
Same kind of thing is happening. It's a forced registration. They're not doing it voluntarily. You kind of trick them into giving up your phone number. The lead quality sucks. They get, like, in a lot of cases where these sites are getting a lot of traffic, they'll get 100, 200, 400 of these a month. It's just like a name, email, phone number of people that are searching for homes. There is a huge opportunity for a lot of these agents lost just trying to figure out, like, who of these 400 people is like actually any good. I've got a full inside sales team of people trying to like follow up with my leads for me just to find the like 1 or 2 people out of that 400 I generated last month that are any good. Yeah. The sticky bar feedback we've gotten from our clients is, that sticky bar produced 18 leads for me last month. Those have all been fantastic. Like, compared to the home search leads we're getting, these people they're like 90 days, 60 days from buying. They're looking for mortgage information. That means they're like serious. They're closer to the point of transaction. Yep. We got 22 points of data. They gave it to us voluntarily. These are people that are hot and ready to go. So the lead quality is much higher. So we took that same kind of formula that we've seen working firsthand on our agent sites, on these Boomtown and Real Geeks and Commissions Inc. sites. We built that right into our mortgage, our real estate website platform. So you've got that same kind of play. So yeah, and that's been released at a soft launch. So we've already sold a handful of these. We'll be doing a full-blown page for Brokers Are Better, connected to the leadpops.com/BAB page.
Yep.
That talks all about it, has a full breakdown on pricing. And not only do agents get a special price if they come to through you. So if it's a mortgage referral, the agent gets a better price than they will if they try to just come to leadPops directly. So we want to incentivize agents to partner up with a mortgage originator.
Yep.
And then on top of that, there's always, because it's the Katie special, the Katie shakedown.
The Sweeney shakedown. I think that's what
there we go. That's what, yeah. And so then on top of that, there's additional, even further improved pricing for Brokers Are Better for these agent sites. And a lot of what we've gotten feedback on, just working with some of we have clients in the retail side of things. And, you know, the benefit for brokers a lot of times is this stuff gets very heavily scrutinized by compliance, lawyers, RESPA, before we can put anything out there. And that's a lot of the stuff you plug into already has gone through a lot of that as well. But the beauty of it, these agent sites also, is that, hey, they're compliant, especially if you're just splitting the cost with the realtor, which agents are now paying half the bill and you're just paying for the other half, and you basically own half of that website with that agent. And it makes a lot of sense once you see the way the mortgage partner is built in. You're going to want every one of your agents to have one of these websites. Exactly. That was my goal with creating it this way. It works for everybody. It's a win for the agent. It's a win for you. It's a win for leadPops.
Absolutely. And it really is, y'all. Like, it is the perfect marriage and partnership that you already have with agents. If you're looking to expand your relationships with local agents, if you're looking to get new agent business, if you want to build those realtor relationships that are already in place, this is one of the best things that you can offer to them, especially when you look at the ROI on what it's going to cost to split the fee for the website versus the number of leads that you're going to be able to capture. It honestly is, there's no reason not to do it. And also keep in mind, very similar to what we've talked about with HomeBot in the past, once an agent is paired with an originator, that's really the only one they can be paired with online, right? Because they're not going to have 7 different websites out there with 7 different originators. So start working on your messaging right now, how you could take this to your realtor partners today to get them ready and excited, the same way that you would have that conversation on the HomeBot side, because once they're connected with you, you are going to be on their website for life. They're not going to move away from it, especially when they start to see the number of qualified leads that are coming in. It's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other part of that is it also opens up the door for Google ads. For a lot of people who are priced out of Google on the mortgage side, it's really, really expensive. You at minimum shouldn't come into mortgage Google ads without at least a couple $1,000s a month for Google ads, because the clicks are $8, $12, $22 per click, not per lead, per click.
Exactly.
On the real estate side of things, it's very affordable. Clicks are 80 cents, $1.50, $2 in some of the higher end areas. The search volume is 100 times higher than mortgage. So you get a lot more opportunities. The clicks are less expensive and they're hyper local. So people aren't necessarily like typing in, I'm in San Diego. I live in an area called Tierra Santa. They don't like type in Tierra Santa mortgage. They'll type in Tierra Santa homes for sale, Tierra Santa real estate. So they're looking at a really hyper local. They're adding that geographic identifier, which is really cool because most people are searching in a very specific area. And that allows you to really hone in on agents in that market. The clicks are less expensive. You take them to a predefined search of homes that are specific to that area. A lot of cool things you can do. And it's just, again, it's a great way to now get traffic. So you launch a real estate site. How do we get traffic to it? Google ads, I would say, are the best way. On the mortgage side of things, Facebook is the most affordable. It makes a lot more sense for most mortgage originators to look at Facebook. On the real estate side of things, I would definitely go Google, because it's a search intent. People are typing in like homes for sale in Del Mar, homes for sale in specific area. They're looking for it. We're not just like showing up in their Facebook feed and kind of crossing our fingers and hoping they like it and they click and we take them to a good landing page and we convert them. They went to Google, they typed in something that is showing us this is the type of person we're looking for. Of all the results that popped up, they clicked on yours. Now we pay. And now we can follow them around the internet with banners too, which is cool.
Yep, exactly. We will, there's so many cool things, not only with leadPops, but with HomeBot and some of our other partners that are really focused on the realtor relationship side. AIME is going to work on putting together basically a pitch deck, right? For how you grow your relationships, expand them with realtors, get new ones. So we'll be working really closely with Andrew and leadPops, with Ernie and Brad and Jay over at HomeBot, figuring out how we consolidate everything. Scott Shang, who's put a ton of this stuff together already on how he expands his realtor relationships. I'm going to take all of these things, put them together so that every single one of y'all can basically just take this presentation, put it in front of a realtor, whether they're current partner or potential partner, and show them all of these things that you can be doing for them that you don't really have to do a lot of work for. Again, the systems work for you. This isn't adding a ton of time to your day. It's literally just taking the time to put the relationship in place and letting the systems do everything on your behalf so that you don't have to worry about it. So we're excited. It's going to be great. Andrew, we are running right up on time. Is there anything that you want to wrap up with before we head out today?
Yeah, just stay tuned. A lot of stuff is coming. I'll be making announcements. You'll be seeing a lot of new content from us about stuff that's available. If you're a leadPops client, a lot of this stuff is you're just going to log in and it's going to be available to you. So we'll be definitely letting everybody know as these things are released. And obviously you and our friends at BAB will be the first to know as this stuff becomes available.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Everybody, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments of this Facebook Live. We'll put this video up on YouTube as well, so you'll be able to come back to it later. But Andrew and I will both go through any of the comments over the next couple of days if you guys have stuff that you want to follow up with or you want to know. I've seen a couple people asking for links to demos for the realtor site for the debt consolidation funnel. So we're going to work on some of that content and make sure that you guys get a sneak peek at what's coming. Otherwise, we are back tomorrow actually with two people who we talked about today, with Brian View from FinLocker and Ernie Graham from HomeBot. So stay tuned.
Cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Katie. All right. See everybody.